WCTV studios, this is Eyewitness News Daybreak, coverage you can count on.
Like it's real. You don't want to get shot. You don't want anybody you know to get shot.
Happening now on Daybreak, shots ringing out across the capital city over the weekend. What residents are saying about the string of violence.
Plus, pumpkin aid with love from Tallahassee. A festive way to send aid to those recovering from recent hurricanes in Puerto Rico. How you can help.
And a big event is happening in South Georgia today, the annual Sun Belt Ag Expo. We'll have a look at what you can expect this year. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Denise Toussaint.
And I'm Art Myers, and I tell you what, it really does feel wonderful this morning, kind of like fall, you know. And with the Ag Expo coming in, people think about fall harvest. It actually feels like it.
Perfect time for it. So here's a look outside right now. As we said, it feels really nice out there. So Rob, how long can we expect these cooler temps to stick around?
Well, at least for a couple of days. We go satellite radar composite style, and we do see some clouds and even some showers still to the east. And I think the clouds are going to be a little bit stubborn in some areas today, and that might be preventing everybody from seeing and feeling those more fall-like temperatures. In Mariana, it's 59. This is where it's supposed to be this time of the year. Now, it feels better in Tallahassee, but it's still 66. That's still on the warm side. That breeze out of the northeast is making it feel a little bit cooler. In Cross City, we're at 69 degrees this morning. That's not very fall-like, but it is 59 at Tifton, 61 at Quincy. It's 62 degrees at Camilla, so it's trying. It's getting there, and it does feel a little different out there, and I think it's going to be a little less humid for a couple of days, too, so that'll also make it feel a little bit more comfortable. Visibilities are up near 10 miles. Of course, they are. The air is drying, and we've got that breeze to stir things up. I don't expect a lot of rain chances over the next few days. Most of the showers, they're gone as the boundary passed by yesterday evening, and now that that boundary's just far enough away, we do get a little taste of fall with temperatures today that should stay in the 70s. We'll talk full forecast, break it all down, guys, in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Rob. Testimony gets underway for a Tallahassee man's second murder trial today. Isaiah Robinson is accused of killing Ira Brown at El Patron Mexican restaurant a couple of years ago. Robinson allegedly opening fire on the dance floor. His first trial ended in a hung jury earlier this year.
So we've been telling you about the frightening and just violent weekend here in the capital city. This map shows 6 shootings that happened across town over the weekend. And as a result, 1 person is dead and 7 others injured.
Our Lenitra Bennett has a reaction from the community.
There was a shooting here.
Here, as in Casey Scott's house on Saxon Street.
It was one of my friends. His name EJ.
Scott says EJ was outside when he heard the gunshots around 11 Saturday night.
I came outside, and that's when I seen another one of my other friends coming inside. And then the young ladies that EJ was with, I guess they drove him up the street and he got picked up with an ambulance.
Sound like an automatic. It's like pop, 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 pop.
That was a different shooting. Harold Hardwick says he was sitting in his truck on Copeland Street around 4 o'clock Saturday morning.
I didn't hear anybody arguing or anything. After the shot, and I realized I wasn't hit, I turned and went up that way, come back around and parked up there. Saw several police cars coming out here. Then I left the area.
Kiara Gomez says the recent crime is frightening.
And I run to my door at night. Like, I will park the car, I will get the children together right next to me, and we will literally run to our front door. No one should have to live like that. No one should have to be looking behind them every single time you come home at night.
I'm just tired of hearing about all this crime in Tallahassee.
Vera Morrison says her son has offered to move her out of town.
I hope the crime should stop in Tallahassee.
Lenitra Bennett, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Tallahassee police have not released the identities or details on any of the 8 victims who were shot since Friday morning. They are asking if you have information to help with the investigation, please call them or Crime Stoppers.
And shots were also fired near a FAMU homecoming celebration. This man on your screen, 26-year-old Rontarius Pendleton, is facing charges. Police say he fired a stolen gun into the air. It happened at the Piggly Wiggly parking lot on South Monroe Street on Saturday night. Arrest documents say there were several hundred people out there celebrating homecoming. Thankfully, no one was injured.
As the violence continues, local leaders are weighing in. Latest bloodshed coming off the heels of a county workshop that focused on crime statistics.
Our Erica Fernandez is here with the latest on that. So, Erica, how are local leaders reacting to this?
Well, good morning, guys. We've been talking about crime for months now, and one common consensus every time the topic comes up is that no one knows the right answer. Recent efforts we continue to talk about are more community policing, initiatives to build stronger relationships in crime hotspots, and better collaboration among local law enforcement agencies. Still, County Commissioner Bill Proctor says the recent violent crime comes down to a few things.
As long as people do not have access to capital, it puts them in a hopeless situation. They're feeling that they don't care about themselves and they don't care about others. That is the dynamic that we've got to mitigate against, the hopelessness where life itself doesn't matter.
Now, Proctor says he'd like to see a bigger focus on education and job training, as well as getting help to those who need it. Earlier in the year, we told you about the latest crime stats showing that violent crimes like shootings are up 10% from 2016. Again, local leaders continuing to say this is not something that can be fixed overnight. We can't police our way out of it. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Erica.
Well, a confrontation between an Orlando police officer and a suspect ends in a shootout. Police say 23-year-old Dracaris Hill pulled out a gun and fired several shots. The officer returned fire. Hill was hit but managed to flee the scene. He was captured hours later. The officer's identity has not been released, but we do know he was not injured and has been placed on administrative leave.
This morning, a Jackson County woman behind bars after she allegedly threatened to bomb the sheriff's office there. Authorities say 27-year-old Davida Brannon made the call around 3 o'clock on Monday morning. Deputies and officers with the Mariana Police Department responding to the scene. They eventually cleared the area. Brannon remains in the Jackson County jail.
Well, a man is under arrest for a bank robbery in Suwannee County, and a customer actually helped to catch him. Deputies say 64-year-old Thomas Foley held up Lafayette State Bank in Brantford Friday afternoon. Deputies were able to track him down after a bank customer followed his pickup from the scene. Investigators say he jumped out and tried to run away, ditching the clothing he wore during the robbery in the bushes. The sheriff's department ran him down. Deputies also found the stolen money in his truck, they say.
All right, 5:38 now. Lots of farmers are making their way to South Georgia today.
The 40th annual Sunbelt Agricultural Exposition kicks off in Moultrie. The event highly anticipated every year, drawing in crowds by the tens of thousands. Our Charlene Crispell is here with some details. And Charlene, what can people expect there today in Moultrie?
Well, guys, they can expect a lot of things, including 1,200 exhibitors coming from all across the country to showcase the latest in farming technology, research, and also unveiling more than 4,000 product lines. The three-day event is expected to draw in crowds of more than 80,000 people. Crews with WorkSaver company traveled nearly 800 miles from Illinois for the expo. They say they're ready to showcase their new equipment.
The crowd of people come in, and that really builds the excitement. Kind of like a homecoming football game, you know, they're ready for kickoff.
There's some new things going on this year, including Oscar. It's a robot with the Electronic Membership Cooperatives of Georgia that talks energy safety. Now, the expo pumps an estimated $20 million into the economy of 20 surrounding counties. Hotel rooms are already fully booked in South Georgia, some even booked for next year. And guys, day one of the expo will kick off at 8:30 this morning. Tickets are $10 each, but it will run till Thursday if you can't make it today.
All right, thanks for that, Charlene.
Well, Halloween almost a couple of weeks away. You may still be searching for that perfect pumpkin.
Yeah, and if you are, there's one patch in Tallahassee that will be donating proceeds from their pumpkin sales to Puerto Rico. The stand is near I-10 and Thomasville Road, and the owner says he's sending $1 per pumpkin to help the island. Great idea there.
Yeah. My wife has corrected me, though. She says you have to say pumpkin. She removes that last P. She says pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I say pumpkin. Is that wrong?
I'm working to say it like she does.
Okay. How do you usually say it? Pumpkin?
I would say pumpkin, but she's from Mississippi, so it's pumpkin.
Ah, it's a little bit different out there. Different twang in Mississippi. All right, how do you say it, Rob? You're from New York.
Yeah, I say pumpkin.
Boom.
I'm pretty basic with it, but that's okay. Any way you say it, it's feeling like it's pumpkin time of the year. Maybe we can get a little bit more of this to last a little bit longer, and even resurging shot of it next week. So there are things trending for cooler. Just got to get through a couple of little hiccups. The first one is some of this cloud cover that wants to be a little bit stubborn, and I think may take a while for it to scour away today, especially in eastern areas. And that's where we're going to find slightly warmer temperatures this morning. Best chances for showers, they're going to be over Central and South Florida. I don't expect a lot of showers around here, not for the next several days. And as we do look at 24-hour temperature casts, probably going to find those numbers in the mid-70s or upper 70s for highs. But isn't that a nice change from those middle and upper 80s that we've had for the past several weeks? Now, that breeze out of the northeast, it is definitely going to be noticeable out there this morning. So, yes, it's cooler, but it's also a little bit breezy to make it feel a little bit cooler. And that's why it probably feels maybe a little more fallish